Today, Jimmy, we're going to go over how to read your champion card. In Galatune, your character is called a champion. This is your champion card. The front side is all cool and holographic to show off our awesome art. And on the back side of the card, you can clearly see all the important gameplay information. Your champion's color types are listed up here. These describe the typing of your character's body. You have your alignment color and your elemental color. And both of those colors function in the same way to show your character's strengths and weaknesses. Just check out our color wheel video to see how that works. At the bottom of the card, you'll see a heart and a star. The heart describes your character's starting HP, and the star says how many action cards your character should have in their hand at a minimum when you respawn. Both of these are minimum numbers, Jimmy, because remember in Galatune you can gain more HP and overheal with life cards, and that 9 is only your minimum starting hand size. You can earn more action cards in your hand by KOing and scoring off of your opponents. On the back of your champion, you have what are called specials. Usually you have a special action and a special ability. Special actions are in red, and these are kind of like an action card embedded right into your character. This is your character's signature move. So, as you know, every time you play an action card, it gets spent. And you don't auto-draw cards in this game, you have to earn them by knocking out opponents. So if you're not careful, you can start to run out of cards in your hand and become a sitting duck. Well, there is a way to help pace yourself and manage that resource though, and that's this right here. Instead of burning up one of your action cards, you can play your character's built-in special action. The way you do that, 3, 2, 1, go, you just throw your character towards who you want to attack as if it were an action card. King's action card here is a very interesting move that lowers HP without technically counting as an attack. See, each champion's specials tend to be highly unique effects that only that champion can do. Now, the special in blue text is called a special ability. Abilities do not take up your turn in an action phase. In fact, they're not even usable. It's just a passive ability that's mostly always in effect. So King here has a distortion aura that's just automatically going to negate certain card effects. Other champions might have 2 special actions and no special abilities. So Dragon here has a special attack that he can use against his opponents, and he's also got a built-in life move that he can either aim at himself to heal himself or aim at another player to heal another player. Some characters, like World Judge, even have built-in traps. So if one of your special actions is a trap, well, that's a trap that you can spam all day long, basically, because remember, traps, you can play as many traps as you want during each trap phase, as long as you have enough trap cards to feed it. Well, since this is a special trap, you can play it over and over because it's associated with your character. Now, you do have to make sure you follow the rules that are built into that. So, for instance, this particular trap can only happen once per round and only if certain conditions are met. But having a built-in trap that you can reuse is a very valuable effect that, again, is unique to this particular champion. So each champion has their own fighting style that's built around their special actions, their special abilities, and the balance between their HP and their action points. So experiment, try a bunch of different characters and see the style that's right for you. Some characters have more health, some characters load with more weapons, some characters have very powerful special abilities but then might not have as good stats. It's all a balancing game, but all the characters are pretty closely balanced and equal to each other. You just have to figure out the right character for your style and your situation. One popular thing that a lot of players do to get a feel for characters is random spawns mode. You can add random spawns into pretty much any battle format. Basically, it just says that everyone chooses their character at random, and when your character gets knocked out, you have to respawn as a different random character. So random spawns, totally optional. You don't have to play the game that way, but it is a fun way just to very quickly get to know all the characters. Now, in the standard game rules, if your character gets knocked out, you can respawn the same character or swap to another champion. Now, it's interesting. I've seen some pro players who will lock on to one character and be a master of that character and play them all the time, no matter the situation. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, I know our pro players who will look at the situation and swap out their character at just the right time to be kind of more situational. So there's really no right or wrong way to do it. You just have to get a feel for your style.